Hi, Mary.
Hi, I love
Rachel.
your glasses.
Oh, thank you. This is my I look smart and put in minimal effort vibe when I
I
rock
like
my
it. I
Wait a
like
minute.
glasses.
it.
Do I
I
look
like it.
do
No,
I look smarter now?
Yeah, 100%.
They won't let me because of the reflection. Thank you. I'll just be my old dumb self.
To start with a show like Ted, I think it's so fun because it does show, the origin of this dynamic that it feels weird. I didn't grow up with it. I was in, I think, college when the first movie came out, but it is so interesting to kind of go back to that origin. But for you guys getting to play, these parents that just accept this teddy bear into their home and like let him live there and grow with their son. What is it for you? How's it for you guys to get to kind of play that weirdly accepting family vibe of like they just let this bear come into their lives and live there with them?
how to ground this as much as possible. This is really happening to us. Well, how do they do it in Alf? Chucky. What did they do with Cousin It? Whatever they did, it worked. So we have to make this work.
But that's the whole thing. That's what the movie established already.
Sure. Sure.
That movie is just boom. Ted's here. He's walking down the street. Everybody in the world knows him.
He's just a
And
Bostonian meathead.
that's also what the comedy comes from for
Yeah.
me. Just
The fave uncle.
yeah. And Seth's just great at having Ted, weirdly enough, blend into the world.
Oh,
and he's a talking freaking bear.
he humanizes that
Yeah.
little osito, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And Scott, you've obviously you've worked multiple times now in a Seth comedy because my family loves the Orville to the ends of this earth because my brother is a Trekkie and him and my dad watch that every
Love
single
that.
week and
That's a
praised
compliment.
it. And so when you are, living in this Seth world, as it were, and in this kind of mindset that he's made with his comedies, how do you kind of navigate like bringing that to life? Because it is such a specific brand of comedy that he's kind of crafted for himself.
Sure.
You don't have to navigate it because you're welcomed into that world for a reason. And he's not unfortunately, I have that mindset. I know how to say those words. I know how to do that comedy, I guess. And when you're brought into his world, he keeps you and keeps working with you. And I don't question it. The girl that introduced me and Seth, who I grew up with in New York City, has never paid for a dinner since. Because to the truth, I've worked with him for 20 years now.
Of course. No, she hooked you up,
And
mister.
and my kids
And
went to a lovely college. And so
he's a great friend.
that's not why I'm not with him for the money. It's just it's a great Alanna knows he's just a great
he's
person
such a
to
sweetheart.
work with.
He's such a
He's
sweetheart.
a family man. He's a family man in with the crew, the cast, and everything. And he just creates a world that's safe.
Everyone's walking
Yeah.
around with a Chuck E. Cheese grin.
Yep.
We all know how lucky we are.
Yeah.
And it also too is like obviously it's so Boston naturally just because it has to be given, where it was set and the nature of this. Was that something that excited you both as actors to have to kind of like be forced into doing that?
Sure. Well, I mean, it was just such a treat. It's such a treat to, I can't play myself. I refuse to play myself in anything I'm in. I don't want to do that. So it's always like, okay, what can I find that is completely and totally opposite than the part that I just did? Let's find something that is unlike Susan from Euphoria. What's this? What is this, Ted? Ooh, let's put myself on tape and cross my fingers. So it took a lot of convincing, but I can't believe I'm here.
And anything with a Boston accent, I think Seth knows this because of Family Guy, and anything with a Boston accent, it gets the line's funnier. When you hear that, I don't know what it is. I have no idea why, but the line is just funnier with that kind of thing. He knows it. That's why a lot of his stuff is in that area.
Awesome. Thank you guys. And Scott, you are in one of my favorite movies of this year. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for Oppenheimer. It's my movie.
Thank Chris Nolan. I thank him from you to me to him. Yes, that was a gift. That was a gift. I'm very proud to be in part of that film. Thanks for saying.
Thank you guys for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Take care.
Everyone.